So Sheila came to me wanting to make a complete career makeover. And she had finished her MBA a few years ago, but she realized in the process she kind of lost her spark for her current profession, and she was really at a loss of what to do next. She'd done some research and networking, and everybody kept pigeonholing her back into marketing. But there were two things that Sheila was sure of. She wanted to leave behind marketing, and she wanted to make a difference in the world. But here's the thing, she'll never really leave behind marketing. Now that doesn't mean she ever has to actually take another marketing role in another organization, but having a background in marketing will always be a service to her, and that's really important to remember in this process. But what I wanted to know more about was why. Why did she want to leave behind marketing? People show up at my office all the time wanting to make drastic career changes. They imagine they're going to unzip their skin and step out of it and then step into another. But most of the time, they're making that decision based on a fairly small sample, their current position in their current role at their current company, not the entire profession. Okay, so Sheila didn't want to lead another digital marketing department. In fact, she really didn't want to lead another digital marketing department for a clothing company. But that actually doesn't mean she's going to leave the entire field of marketing behind. We started by taking a deep dive into her core purpose, or the why of her life. Now, she started by saying she was just really tired of manipulating data so that people would buy stuff from her company. And eventually, she said, I want to make a difference in the world. And as we delved deeper, she discovered there was a particular kind of difference she wanted to make. She wanted to help people make educated choices. And of course, marketing can be used to help people make educated choices. But when she really looked at what she did all day and the intent of what she did, it wasn't about helping people make educated choices. She just felt like she was manipulating people all day to get people to buy the stuff that her company sold. So the bottom line was the core of what she did all day was out of alignment with the core of her purpose. And in the end, she was able to see that not only did she want to help people make informed choices or educated decisions, she wanted specifically to help people make educated choices about their impact on the health of the planet. Now, you may have noticed we didn't come up with a new career for her or a new job title. That's actually not the point of a core purpose. Your core purpose is about the function you want to perform on the planet this time around. And there's lots and lots of ways that you can express any particular purpose. Finding your purpose is kind of like finding your favorite handle on a coffee mug with 1,000 handles on it. If making a difference is the coffee, then the handle that you choose is your purpose. Anyone can drink the coffee, but the approach that you take, the handle that you pick up, is what distinguishes you from all the other people who want to make a difference in the world. And Sheila's handle just happens to be about helping people make educated choices about the health of the planet. Now, the good news is that Sheila was just recently hired, and she was hired into being a marketing director for another clothing company. But there's a real difference in the place that she's working. First, the company makes high-end women's fashion, so people buy fewer items and they don't toss them out as often. Second, they have a really big commitment to zero waste, so pre and post-production. They have zero waste in their production, and they'll take back any piece of clothing they've ever made and make sure it's either recycled or upcycled. And third, the company is a B Corp, or a benefit corporation, which means they really have a big commitment to their corporate social responsibility. A few months ago, Sheila was running hard and fast away from marketing, and now she can't believe how happy she is. If you want to know more about your core purpose, give me a ring or send me a message. I look forward to working with you on that. And in the meantime, of course, go out and be your fabulous self.